I don't have on the headphones.
Dude, I started the effing thing,
Why would you start it?
so I don't have to give up. Get up.
Hello.
You
Hello.
can't hear yourself?
Yeah.
You can hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Yeah, there is. I can't hear you.
Why not?
Why
Can you hear
not?
yourself?
Why not?
I actually sound really nice in
You
this.
can hear yourself and me.
Yeah.
I guess that's fine.
Alright, so we're gonna do the Friends Toast.
Friends toast.
French toast.
French toast?
Friends Toast.
Yeah, bro. Friends toast.
Friends Toast.
Friends toast.
What's the first?
Did I tell you what I had? Yeah, you heard what I had for breakfast.
What you have?
3 waffles
Oh,
with banana,
in
peanut
every
butter,
crevice.
honey.
In every crevice?
Every abacle. The abacle.
That shit sounds beautiful.
It was like top 3 best breakfasts ever.
Like,
Not
in
ever, but
existence? Or
before
that you
school.
had?
What?
In existence or that you had?
That I had before school. What's your best breakfast
Um,
you had?
my
That
I
you
don't really
made?
change it up. That I've made myself. One day it was like a weekend, and I just like went all out. I made like pancakes. I made a bunch of bacon. I made sausages. I made a shit ton of eggs. I made oatmeal. I had like it was the best breakfast, and the pancakes were made to perfection. Best breakfast, best American breakfast. It's like the dream.
Bro, that's crazy. Do you put, bro, the best, after you put a pancake, you put butter, peanut butter, and syrup,
No,
and jelly.
no,
Peanut butter, jelly, syrup, butter.
I don't think so. You
What do you
put the
put?
butter in the pan while you make the waffles or pancakes.
True, true.
Who the hell puts the butter after they're made? Nobody.
I do, because butter tastes really good.
I hate the taste of unbuttered.
It's weird. I don't drink milk, but I drink everything dairy. Or I eat everything dairy. Butter, cheese, yogurt, um, ice cream.
I love dairy. I eat so much. What is the thing you eat the most each day?
Bread, I think.
Same.
Cereal, I eat every day. Granola bars. Um, yeah.
Thing I eat the most every day is just bread.
Can't go wrong with
Yeah,
bread.
but bread is a lot of carbs.
Well, you need carbs.
True.
Actually, you can't. I don't think you need carbs. You might be able to just eat protein.
I don't know. What's the food subject is kind of boring.
I what did we do today?
What did we do today? You want me to start out?
Yeah.
All right. So I woke up, got dressed in the morning, went to school. First block, American minorities, bro. That's such a easy class, bro. Like all you have to do is just like sit there, take a few notes, and then just like watch videos, and she allows you to be on your phone. Or like when she like doesn't even feel like doing anything, she'll just turn something on. It'll be like The Office or something. And then on Wednesday, I have a field trip to Rock Island, so all my other classes are excused, and I get like more time for lunch. She'll excuse me for lunch too. So
Every day she'll excuse you.
no, that's only on Wednesday when we have the field trip.
You have a field trip every Wednesday.
No, I don't think so.
Oh shoot, shoot. I just totally misunderstood.
I'm kind of excited for that. Then after first block, I had accounting. My accounting class is alright. You know that Naz girl,
Yeah.
bro? She, bro. At first, like I tell Cambria about this all the time. Like she hits on me every day, and today she was like taking photos and videos of me and like posting me to like her private snap story and like sending me to other people and like showing me hairstyles of like asking me if this would look good on her and that. And it was like making me feel weird. And then I had lunch with Peyton, Bentley, and Andrew. And Peyton said I would take Naz. I would take Naz over Cambria. Do you believe that?
Believe, like, agree with him?
Yeah.
To be honest, yes.
You think I would take Naz over
Oh,
Cambria?
you would or pay or like
Me.
I would.
Me.
Um, I think you're already committed, but like if it happened like 3 weeks ago, then you might have.
No,
Happened
if
3
it
weeks
happened
ago.
if it happened months before I was talking to Cambria, like before Cambria showed interest in me and Naz was already showing interest in me, then maybe I would have like slightly considered it, but I don't think I would have ever date Naz.
Why?
Actually, scratch that. I don't even think months ago I would have took interest. Cause I don't have interest right now at all. I'm already committed to Cambria.
Wait, you just
I scratched that. I don't know. I scratched that. But people like I feel like Naz is the type of girl like she's like so egotistical. You know what I mean? Like self-centered. That's like the shit you hate. You know what I mean?
I see that in like most girls.
No, but Naz is like Instagram internet famous and has like gets like 10,000 likes on each picture and is like always taking she has her own like promo codes and shit on websites, so
She's Hollywood.
yeah, Hollywood. Like yeah, that's what you would call it. But even still, I would like not date her.
'Cause of that.
Yeah. What if like
Sh-
Camria's listening to this as we speak?
She knows you're loyal, I
Well,
guess.
she's probably gonna be like, "You're a cheater," as a joke. But I feel
Um,
like Cambria
so is
knows.
she out of your league because she's like Hollywood?
I don't. I don't really feel like leagues is a thing.
Me neither, but like
I don't believe she's out of my league, and she has a boyfriend that I'm pretty sure of. And I kind of make it obvious that I have a girlfriend or that I'm talking to someone too, so I'm pretty sure she's aware. This is such an awkward talk because if Cambria's listening to this, she's gonna like kill me. What
give a
is?
message to Cambria.
No, I don't have one as of right now. I don't want to get myself in any more trouble.
No, I mean like you don't have anything to say if Cambria's listening.
She just messaged me, "Fuck the free world."
Wow.
That's my message.
Um, what did you do after second block?
Second block, I went to lunch. I went to lunch with Millie, Andrew, and Peyton. Then after that, I had environmental science, which I hate that class. I feel like the class in itself isn't that bad, but is it still going? The class, like, in itself isn't that bad, but any class after lunch is gonna feel like shitty and super long because it's like after lunch and before Pride, so it's gonna feel like super fucking long.
Yeah, I feel the same. In third block, but I like that class because I like science stuff.
It's all right. I wanted to be an
This is less
astrologer when
decent.
I was younger. When I was younger, I really wanted to be an astrologist.
Astrologist?
Yep.
Asteroids?
I mean, astronomer. What's the thing?
Same with
Astrologist,
this.
astronomer. Either one of the two.
I just unplugged them. See what I can hear. Wait, talk.
Hello. I can't hear myself.
Talk.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I no.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
That's what I was. That's what I was happening to me.
but now I can't hear myself.
Why? Why, dude?
I don't know. There's always some difficulty like this.
What should we do?
I don't know.
Should we figure it out?
I feel like we just keep it going.
Figure it the f out.
Yeah. Then fourth block. I mean, Pride was alright. Kind of boring. Intrusions every day. And then Spanish was like super fucking long, like always.
You should have gone to Puglisi.
Is that where you go to like do Blender?
Yeah.
NFL?
And Ricky was there.
I'm gonna start going there more. Definitely.
And you could also go to the library lab.
And do what?
What?
And do what?
FL Studio, or just chill. Bentley and Owen are in there, and it's only on Mondays.
Okay, that's not bad.
Skip to when you got here.
Okay. So as of just like 2 hours ago, I got to Noah's house, charged my phone, we went out, we hoots for like 20 minutes, and then immediately got to like pull ups, push ups, different variations of push ups, and other things. A really good workout. Like one of the best I've had in like weeks.
Yeah,
Really
bro.
good.
I haven't worked out in a long time either, and me and you are like pushing each other to and motivating each other to work out. So it's
True.
gonna work. Hopefully, Rylan goes.
Ryland, yeah, I feel like we should go to Ryland. You know, I'd feel way more like I already work out every day, um, but I go on my phone a lot, and I like take longer breaks than I'm supposed to, or I'll just do cardio and like do very weak on like reps or things of that nature, and then just like give up or forget about it or get lazy. But like just how we were working outside and like in the cold, and you're like pushing me and telling me what to do, or like working me out more. It was way better.
Yeah, I learned, bro. I feel the same way you feel when I was with my first gym, bro. He invited me to go to the gym with him, and then he taught me how to do everything at the gym. And then he pushed me. He told me more reps, less reps, with the weight, the form, and we went crazy. Maybe maybe you should go with Ricky and me or something at the Y.
I'll go when I get a membership. You said it's like $50 though.
I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, I told Bentley, and he said it's definitely not $50. It's
depends.
probably like 30. I don't know.
Then we ate a burger for the protein.
Oh yeah. Then you said you wanted to touch my buns.
Yeah, bro, you gotta touch your buns to see if they are good to touch, you know?
Yeah, but you said you also wanted to lick my buns.
Well, sometimes you just gotta lick the buns.
Well, I don't. Are we still talking about food?
Doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so just in general, how did your evening and morning go as of right now?
Um, Perfect, I guess. Um, I had a nice treat. Bro, I'm eating so much and just whatever I want all the time. So I might just get fat. You think I will? If I just
Yeah.
keep on eating whatever?
Yeah, I felt like during the summer, I felt like, oh, I'll eat this, I'll be fine. Or like, if I'll eat this, I'll be fine. I'll go work out later. And like, barely work out or not work out at all. And I gained like so much weight over the summer. And I'm like trying to lose it right now. That's why I've been working out like every day for like a month or two. Because I gained like actually a lot of weight.
Like fat?
Yeah, like fat. It wasn't like muscle weight. It was like fat, body fat.
You fucking fat ass.
I was a fat ass during the summer, especially since I had no school and I just like ate whatever every day. It was bad.
What'd you
I'm
do
better
during the
now, but
summer?
what'd you say?
What'd you do during the summer?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I really just I should have had a job, honestly. I was searching for a job, but I wasn't searching hard enough. Like I only went to like a few interviews, but I never got a job. I don't know.
Actually, that's like when we first started hanging out.
Yeah.
That one time, me, you, Peyton, and King. Yeah. And Bentley.
When here at the lot?
Yeah, we went to the lot, and then we went, and then you went on the golf cart for the first time,
Yeah.
and then we stayed in the tent, but then you went home because you were tired and musty.
Yeah. Yeah. I really wanted to go home. I was like the thing about that tent that day, it was like Bentley's like stink non-existent stink filter. If you are ever in Bentley's presence when he's not in school, he has like no stink filter. Like he'll take off his shoes and he'll like fucking toot everywhere. And like he just does not give a fuck. Like
He'll
his
be
feet.
oozing that sense of
Yeah. Like his feet just like fucking stink in general,
that
and like he just
that
farts
aroma,
whenever.
that aroma of gingerness,
Yeah.
gingernicity. The ginger demons
The
are.
tent actually smelled so bad. That's why I did not. I would have felt so shitty if I stayed in the tent.
That was like my first time hanging out with Peyton too. And then I got invited to Gangi that day.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Who was already in gang? I think it was like Peyton, me, and Bentley,
Everyone besides me and Rylan.
and I think so. That was like,
Kaven has another group.
yeah. I don't really like to associate myself with those kind of people a lot. I feel like Makai is the only person I like out of that group, and all the other ones are just like fucking dickheads. That's what
Like
I feel like.
100%?
You know the really tall one, Travarius?
Yeah.
Like he's like cool, but like he's fucking annoying. I don't care if he hears this. Like I'm not like I don't hate him at all, but I don't really want to be friends with him because he's like really obnoxious.
Dude, he's funny.
He's not really, not really. He's not really that funny, but he was kind of cool at homecoming, but he was still like kind of being a dick at homecoming. Like he was pushing people, even the girls. Like he was just like being obnoxious at homecoming, like being a dickhead. That's why I got away from him. I was never really friends with him either. Like friends of friends. I don't know why we're talking about Chavarius.
Bro, someone almost stole my phone on homecoming.
Really?
Cause you know how there was like the dance circle.
Yeah.
I was dancing and then my phone fell out, and then this dude grabbed it, put it in his pocket, and said, "I don't have it." And I
Are
just
you dead
stood,
ass?
yeah, and I just stood there in front of him, and then he eventually just gave it and said, "You know I wasn't gonna steal it."
Did you know him?
No, not really.
So you never met him before?
I mean, in middle school, I guess,
What
but
the fuck? That's like your brother like moves his room around like every week. Like moves
my
his bed around.
my influence on the homecoming was way minor compared to last year's homecoming.
I didn't go last year cuz I think I don't know cuz I wasn't I had like no friends the beginning of um that second quarter.
What'd you do? Like, where'd you sit?
Um at like lunch,
Yeah.
I sat with my sister for the short time she was there.
Uh,
I just sat with my sister or I just sat by myself.
it's crazy.
And you know,
Bro, that's crazy that the only reason is like there's too many people at our table, so we moved to your table.
what
And
do you
then
mean?
when we moved back, you moved with us
What do you mean? What table? The one like the
with
super.
Ben and Lincoln and Cooper.
Yeah. And then what else happened?
So that huge table got overflowed, so we moved to your table.
Mhm.
Some people did, and then when you were there, and I guess that's when you guys met, and then you moved to back to our table when our table had less people.
Yeah, and that's when I started sitting with you, Ryland, and Isaac, and sometimes Bentley and Mia would be
What
there.
was the first time you hung out with anyone?
Like in Bettendorf, that was like in the
Yeah,
school, and then I hanged out with them outside of school.
yeah.
Bentley at Crow Creek, like the skate park. I was just there at Crow Creek, and he just randomly showed up, scared the shit out of me. And he just ran up to me. He was like, "Yo, what's good, King?" I was like, shocked. He actually like scared the shit out of me because I was on my phone like looking down. Yeah, Bentley was like my first friend in the year, because for the first quarter I had like I knew no people, and then I had English, and I seen Bentley, and I seen him with the Divide the Youth sweater, you know, the purple one he had. So, and I knew where it was from. So at the end of the class, he came up to me. He was like, "Yo, I like your shoes. Are those Mahars?" I was like, "Yeah, but they're red. They're fake." So he's like, "Yeah." I said, "I got them from the rep spreadsheet. Divide the Youth, the guy that owns the Divide the Youth brand, which was the hoodie he was wearing." So yeah, that's like the first time I met Bentley,
So
and
you guys
then
like both had wore skater esque stuff and were skaters already.
yeah, me and Bentley during the English, we had a lot in common. We had a lot in common. I feel like me and Bentley out of anybody else that I know, we have the most in common out of anybody in any other friend group.
Bro, I think Bentley connects the most people together.
Yeah,
He has a lot of friends, and then he connects them together. Like, he connected me with Isaac, Brady, Peyton, you, everyone, basically everyone.
yeah, and I feel like I ask people like, not ask people, but like a lot of people. No, I wouldn't consider myself popular, but there's like a large amount of people that know me and I don't know them, and I think it's because like I hang with Bentley. and then the people that Bentley hangs with. I don't know what it is, bro, but like I don't consider myself popular, but sometimes random people come to me and be like, "Yo, it's good." Like they'll know me before I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't want to seem like a dick. Like I'm like I don't know. I kind of feel like a dick saying that, but I'm kind of bad with names too. So like people like coming to me and like they'll already expect me to know them or like they'll know me through someone or something. They'll know me from somewhere.
Bro,
I don't know.
I want to get really personal,
Mhm.
but I'll just go into like a huge spiel, and then like you won't even understand what I'm talking about.
Just do it.
My life was set up. Everything led up to this moment.
What do you mean?
So I have the lot, and I have the backyard, and I have the house, and then Bentley is my neighbor.
Yeah.
He's that far away.
Like 50 feet away from you from the backyard.
So he has all those friends, and then anytime he wants to hang out the lot or the backyard or with me,
Mhm.
then he'll invite the friends with him. So then I'll connect with those friends.
Yeah. Before
And
your birthday, did you hang with Addison or Olivia?
like one time,
And was that at the lot?
well, no, just with Olivia and her friends, not Addison. But then the day of my birthday, I told Liv to invite Addison,
Mhm.
and then they came over like three more times after that.
Maybe like 4 or 5. Like no, like 4 more times. They haven't been to like your house in a while.
Bro, but like Bentley is a reason those all those people came over. Basically, everyone that came over is because of Bentley. Is because I have the lot and Bentley is my neighbor.
Did you? Cause you no, you've known Bentley for a long time, like since
Fifth grade.
elementary.
I moved here and I had a year of online school, and then for fourth grade, and then fifth grade I went to the school that's like over here at Neil Armstrong with Bentley.
Yeah.
We became friends, and then we started hanging out. And then sixth grade, middle school, I sat at his table where Isaac sat, and I met Isaac. And then we hung out. Carter, do you know Carter?
Is it that one black kid?
No, Carter Yerington.
Oh, Carter Unison. Yeah, I think I know him.
He's a he's a pretty good friend. Um, I hung out with them, and then seventh grade was COVID. After a little bit, and then yeah, ninth grade was.
Bro, that fucking like year I had to do edge nudity. Did you have to do edge nudity?
Ingenuity.
Edge nudity. I'm saying it wrong. It says like I'm saying nudity.
Huh? Yeah. Why? Alright, you're all good. To vacuum.
Anyways, did you have to do online school on edge in nudity?
um, what grade?
I had to do 8th grade and a little bit of ninth grade on edge nudity, and I wasn't learning anything on there. It'll just speak to me through like text to speech and made me do like quizzes and tests.
On for Bettendorf?
Yeah,
What the
and a little
hell?
bit of like that one middle school. I had to do one 8th grade year online.
Canvas? Did you ever use I used Canvas the whole 8th grade online. So I don't know what the F that was.
Yeah, that's probably something to do with the middle school. I don't know.
But bro, if it wasn't for um that, then I don't think I would be in Gangi. and I don't know what friend group I would be in. To be
You,
honest,
bro, really, bro? I feel like it's gonna sound so cliche, but never judge a book by its cover, bro. Cause to be real with you, bro, when I was sitting at at that table with Lincoln, Ricky, and everybody else, and you would sit on the other side, we had like no chemistry, and like I really thought you're
I
like,
remember that.
yeah, and it's when you had the long hair, and like you would like speak to me, but you'll be like, you'll say the most random things, and I'll be
I
like
remember you
weirded
saying
out.
that.
Like you'll just say something random,
How
and
did you
that
feel about that?
I was really weirded out. I
You
was
were
like,
weirded out, like
yeah, not like
to a
not like
point where you're
what?
uncomfortable.
No, not uncomfortable. I just be like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? It was like it would be funny, but like I'd be like, what the like I've never seen somebody act like you before. It was so strange. Uh,
Bro, I remember that, and I had to like figure you out. Like you wanted me to be very direct. I think.
you still act like that how you act at the table. I'm just more used to it
I
now.
think I remember like I needed to. I every time I talked to anyone in that year, I needed to adapt to them, and I could adapt to most people besides Ben, Cooper, and Lincoln.
Were you friends with them or did you just sit there?
Basically, just sit there.
Yeah, I feel like I honestly thank Lincoln, because Lincoln introduced me to everybody at that table, which was Ricky, Cooper, Ben. I didn't really like
Yeah,
Trey.
bro. Lincoln is so cool. Not to meet ride, but like, he just has the most fun in school. Like, in lunch, he just talks to anyone to just to get a laugh.
Yeah, Lincoln's very social. I have environmental science with him. He's cool.
And he still does that, bro. Like today, he 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 lives on Devil's Glen. Not
Yeah,
to not to dox him.
he does.
Yeah, and
Seriously?
yeah. So me and him were driving after for lunch, driving to lunch, and then he drove right by me, and then waved, and then it was funny as
Oh,
hell.
I know where Lincoln lives. I'm so fucking dumb. I one time me and Bentley was riding bikes to Isaac's work, and we rode. It was so funny. We rode past his house, and Lincoln was chasing us by foot on the bikes, and he was like, "King, come back here." He's like waving, like motioning us, like he was running super fucking fast, and he was like King. He was like yelling my name super loud, and I was looking around. I was like, "Who's calling my name?" So he motioned me and Bentley back, and I met his girlfriend for the first time. You know Nora
Oh yeah, I met her at a football game.
at a football game. Yeah, I met his girlfriend for the first time, and I met his mom. I went in his house for like 5 minutes, then left. I met his mom and his girlfriend and like all his dogs. It was super cool.
Wow, he's so hospitable.
Yeah.
That sounds like like the Odyssey. You remember reading the Odyssey?
Oh, what was it about again?
Odysseus, and he takes 20 years to get home.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
remember.
like you're on a journey, and then you meet a random dude, and he invites you into his house.
Yeah. It was so funny because I didn't know who was calling me, and I just looked back and I seen Lincoln like running as fast as he can. And he's like yelling me and Bentley's name. I didn't even know Lincoln lived there, but yeah.
Bro, it took me like 2 weeks into freshman year to realize I was taking everything too seriously. And then that's why I acted how I acted. Like super weird. Because I just like wanted to act goofy.
I need to get how you are, because I'm still like,
But like whatever you were, that that when you were at that lunch table, it worked. Whatever it was, it worked. You just like were yourself, I guess.
I was not. I was not.
What were you doing?
I was just, I was still myself, kinda, but I was still awkward, still. Like,
But
I
in
don't.
a way that like is still social,
Yeah.
which made it work.
Yeah.
Like if I was myself, like I tried to be myself this year at the beginning and last year. And And both this year and last year, I had to realize I can't be myself. I have to be super like unserious, ridiculous. I have to be ridiculous
Yeah. You're still like that. Like
because
everything you do is ridiculous.
like myself, being myself means over analyzing everything. I have a question.
Okay.
Am I the most unhuman person you know?
Define unhuman.
Um,
Can I close that door?
sociable.
Sociable. Um,
Social in general.
I'll wait for you to come back. This is an amazing Friends Toast podcast.
Should I close this?
It doesn't matter.
I'm cold.
How's everybody doing today? Are you laughing? You're taking too long.
Maybe we'll cut this out.
Are these glasses my prescription? No, they're not. Never mind. I feel like. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Anyways. What was the? Yeah. Define unhuman.
How about I just say this? Am I the most antisocial person you know when I act myself?
You're very social. I feel like Noah. I can. The way I can describe you. The way I can describe you is. You're like the most genuine person I know. And you're up there with Lincoln because Lincoln's very genuine, but I feel like the most genuine person I know, and let me like go more into depth with it. By genuine, I mean like you talk real, you're very honest, like you'll be honest with us, and like not give us bullshit. You'll tell us when you don't like something, or like when you want us to do this, or like
Yeah.
you're responsible. You really like to focus on yourself a lot. You have a lot of self discipline. That's what I like about you. You work on yourself a lot. You know what I mean? Very inspirational, and you're very talented too. You're very talented too. Like, no, I'm not even dick right. I'm just being real. Like, you can play multiple instruments. You can use FL. That's something I can't do. You can do a lot of other. You're like very into technology. I can't. You can't even really explain it, bro. You're just like very human. You're human, and you make mistakes too. And you're human. You can tell.
Damn.
I can tell that like the way you are, you try not to be someone you're not, because things other people care about, you don't care at all about. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I define as unhuman. Noah. Unhuman Noah.
So like I thought this too. A lot of what you're saying, I agree with. But like at the same time, I think what makes me think I'm unhuman is because I don't care about what other people care about.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
yeah, basically that. But like some people I don't even know.
I feel like um I feel like I if I were like the kind of person where I didn't care what people thought of me at all, I'd be so much more carefree. Cause I still scratch that.
But
That's a,
how are you aware of it? How are you aware of all of this?
what do you mean?
Like, how, the difference between me and you is that you're more social.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm more social.
Yeah.
When have I been more social?
Or just like I'm just like the main evidence I'm getting is from the lunch table.
From last year?
From yeah.
How? I was definitely not social last year at all. I'm 10 times more social than I was last year. You know, when I started the year off, the a counselor assigned me to a table with a bunch of students. Like she would like assign me friends to
But
sit with at a table.
okay, but did you have to try hard at my at our table?
Not really.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's just because I was still kind of getting to know it. I feel like still cool with everybody at this table, but I can't really vibe. I'm use the word vibe with those people as much. I can't flow with those people as much. Like Cooper and Ben will always be those friends for me. Like they're still cool to know and be friends with, but like we don't have that much in common. But just being friends with them is cool.
Just like whenever you see them.
Yeah, I'll say hi to them. I'll talk to them, small talk. But I've never hanged with them outside of school. But they're still cool. I would hang out with them outside of school. I just haven't.
I think that's like a big part I base my social life on.
Like what?
Cooper's group, Lincoln's group, and Ben. They're so their chemistry is
It's
just
so insane.
so insane, bro.
The way, bro, are you in the TJB group chat?
No.
It's on Snapchat. Like I open that group chat every day. You know how like when you open a Snapchat group chat, like it'll show the things from days before and what's happening that day. They hang out every day and the shit that they post in there, like they just send randomly. It'll be the most crazy shit and they'll just be having like a shit ton of fun. And Cooper, Ben and Lincoln, they invited me to Lincoln invited me to some carnival in Illinois. I was supposed to go, but my mom was like, she didn't want me to go. I don't know why. But I was supposed, yeah, the chemistry them three people have, four people have, it's so crazy, bro. I feel like I have that same chemistry with the people in
Gangi?
Gangi, yeah.
To an extent, but like still they're just on another level. Like I'm glad you said what you said about you not vibing with them cuz like I thought it was me. I was the outlier and it was my fault that I couldn't vibe with them.
Bro, no, bro,
But it's
that's
just
not
like
you.
that they just happen to be that way.
Yeah, they're just, they're gym buddies. They're all into cars. The same way how everybody in the Gangi group chat is into like certain things.
But
Everybody.
they all like similar to Gangi, they all aim their interests so they're similar. Like they purposely are interested in the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is with you remember that one time we were in the RV and like we were all trying to find things we all have in common? The thing is that with everybody in this group chat, I can have interest with one person that I don't have interest with the other person. Like Brady, for example, he's really into like movies I'm into or like jazz artists I'm into. He's into certain instruments that I'm also into. So me and Brady have that in common, but anything else, we're complete opposites. And let's say Rylan, for example, Rylan's a funny guy. You know, we can share similar humor, some similar interests sometimes, but Rylan is just a nice guy to have, just be around. Bentley, for example, we're into the same music, same clothes, same like niche fucking, I don't even know what you want to call it. But there's other things. Even in those same categories, we don't share a lot of things. But Billy, I'm so cool with like those things. Isaac, I feel like me and Isaac, out of everybody in this group chat, I'm like, I think me and Isaac have the most chemistry. Is that weird? Do you believe that? Cause I feel like me, you, and I feel like you and Isaac and Bentley, we all have the most chemistry. I have the most chemistry with you three. I'm not saying I don't have chemistry
It might
with
just
like.
be because we hang out the most. That's like who hangs out the most together.
True. I'm gonna
And
guess.
like we all have that's crazy. Like it's kind of like every podcast we get to the moment where my compatibility test is like comes up.
What do you mean? What's the compatibility test again? I forgot.
It's if you after you're in a relationship, if you want to see how compatible you are with someone, you take this system. You take this test. And the first step is to wait until you know what you want out of the relationship. And the relationship is not only romantic, it can be a friendship, a brother, a father figure, anything. And so for us four, I think we have the most similar desired outcome.
Like what?
Like we want whatever we want out of our hangouts is the most similar out of us four.
And what do you think that is?
What do you think it is? I think it's just like
To have a good time.
a the a similar mix of seriousness and fun. Like talking about real stuff and talk and having fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like one of the reasons, like Bentley will like turn anything boring and make it fun. That's why Bentley is like so fun to be around, cause he's like, It sounds like I'm about to dick ride Bentley for like a minute, but I'm not. Like the way Bentley's personality is very outgoing. I feel like Bentley's the most social in the group chat. He definitely is.
Yeah, definitely.
But he's also like he'll like fucking jump off a balcony and
Like
like laugh about it, or when he hurts himself he'll laugh about it. Or like when I'm skating with Bentley, he'll do some crazy shit. Or like remember when it was your sister's birthday and he was like hanging onto like that swing and he almost fell into the woods but he didn't. I feel like Bentley, for no fucking reason, he's like automatically good at anything. It could be like the most random shit, but he already knows how to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah, just like athletic.
Any like we could say we went to golf yesterday and Bentley would be like the best golfer. Or we say we want to play tennis and he'll be the best person playing tennis or playing basketball or like driving an RV or something. Like he'll like already be knowledgeable about it. Maybe it's because he does more shit than I do. But anything we do, just know Bentley's gonna like fucking be the best at it or compete at it. I don't know what it is. Bentley's just knowledgeable at everything. I don't know how or like I don't know. Do you not, bro? You have to know what I'm talking about.
My brother is the same way.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like a gift. I think it's a gift.
Yeah, but Bentley's like he knows the most random shit.
I think it's a gift. Like you, one of your gifts is like really good taste.
What do you mean, really good taste?
That's your gift.
If I had to describe everybody in the group chat, starting, Caven is one of those people. He's like borderline gangy, but he's still in gangy. Gangy. Why did I say gangy like that? Like,
He's like a patriot.
yeah, he's like a patriot because I've only been with him. He's like that person in the group chat that never fucking talks, but and is only hangs out like every once in a while. But he's in there because he was like one of the original people. Bentley, yeah, I already explained Bentley. Isaac, Isaac is on like a different wave. I don't know how to put it. I don't know.
He's has an brain, athletic person brain, but only swims.
Yeah, he says like swimming is like a fucking cheat code to like getting ripped. That's what he says all the time. Hmm. Pepe, how would I describe Pepe? Cause I share nothing in common.
He's like the second most social, or maybe as
The
social as
most
Bentley.
social.
What?
He's like up. I think he's like up there, if not above Bentley.
Agree.
I think what makes Peyton so fun to be around is because he's very social. He likes to laugh a lot. He's very chill. Quote. He's very
He
chill.
he likes to do. He really doesn't care. He cares the less, almost the least out of everyone.
Yeah. He'll do dumb shit just as Bentley. It just won't be like dangerous. You know.
But the second, okay, the first that was the second, the first step of the compatibility test. See what you want out of the relationship. Second thing is speaking at the same understanding level. So maybe us four speak at the most similar understanding level.
So us four would be Bentley, Isaac, me, and you.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Rylan sometimes says stuff that nobody gets, and Brady does the same thing. Peyton might do the same thing, or just something that we're not in the know of that moment. It might be something like that,
Yeah.
like any drama, and in us four, like it's just kind of like a subconscious thing.
I don't
That's
know.
I love talking about chemistry with people. Like, I think it's really just all in the subconscious. No matter what the situation is, the the chemistry is going to be the same.
Yeah. I feel like it's I think it's honestly depends who you're with all the time. And considering for the beginning of the year I'd be with Isaac like in the beginning and the end of the day. We'll hang out in the car in the morning or like go to lunch together. It would just be us two like every day. And we'd like on genuinely have like there'll never be a time where like we're not talking or it'll be awkward. Like every day we'll just like laugh, you know? And I feel like that's the same way with Bentley and Peyton, because they drive to school together. They probably eat lunch together, and Bentley still hangs out with people that's not in Gangi, like Jace and that other friend group,
Loudon.
Loudon and them. I'm not really cool with Loudon, and I don't think I ever will be. I don't really like Loudon. I don't really care if he hears this either. Yeah, that like Bentley hangs out with people I would never be friends with. That's why like even though Bentley is so much different than other people, he just doesn't care. Like the type of music Bentley listens to, everybody would make fun of, but he just doesn't give a fuck. He'll
Bro,
just
I
be
think
him.
we could make a social test. Like, you know how I made a compatibility test?
Yeah.
I made it. I made that just off of like observations, and we could probably do the same thing, like with a social test. We just identified everyone in Gangi. Like, we could do something with chemistry and like the circle. How large someone's circle, how large they want their circle to be. Like some people want a lot of friends. Like Bentley wants a lot of friends, but Isaac probably doesn't.
Yeah.
You probably don't want, like, nobody probably wants as many friends as Bentley does.
I don't think I will, but I don't mind meeting new people. I love meeting new people.
Yeah. Um, New people. I think I want about Gengi amount of friends. It's perfect. Like Jace might join Gengi, and I like Jace, but
Yeah.
I'm not as close to anyone as I am with you and Rylan. Probably.
What?
Yeah.
And why is that? Is it because
Cause
we're
Ben,
more genuine? Because you've knew Bentley for years. I've only knew you for less than a year.
I was really close to Bentley, 5th grade, and 6th grade. But after that, then he branched off and changed a little bit.
What do you mean by change?
He just like wanted more than me.
Mm.
He wanted more than me. And Isaac and Bentley are not as close to me because Isaac follows Bentley.
What does that
Basically,
mean?
basically at all times he follows Bentley, and he's aware of it. He doesn't care that
What do
he
you mean
does
by
it.
follow?
Like whatever Bentley's doing, he's doing.
I think I kind of get what you mean. Am I the same way or what?
I
I
think
feel like
you try to keep it equal as much as you can.
equal as and how.
Like try to spend time with everyone equally.
Yeah, true. That's kind of true.
But
And
me, like, what were you gonna say?
um, just another thing about Billy, how him branching off. The same thing, how like Bentley has like a whole nother other friend group of people that skates. You know his skate team,
No.
Air Boys.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like his whole. I was just with him the other day at the skate park. Like it's only like a few people, maybe like 7 people. He'll skate with them, street skate with them. Like there's like even like the skate kind of community in Davenport. He's like cool with everybody. Like he knows everybody in the skate community. He'll know anybody. Like I'll mention it. He'll be like, "Oh, you know him? I just seen him at skate church last week." Bailey like knows a lot of people. He'll know people that go to PV, Assumption. He'll like I don't know. Bailey knows a lot of people.
Yeah, if you think about it, he helps you think about this, and if you just think about it, you can be friends with anybody you want to.
Yeah.
Um, but I think a a philosophy or system we can make, if you want to, is like what drives you in a social setting.
What does that mean?
What drives you to do what you do, and um, attract what you attract, and gravitate toward stuff.
Like to people in a
Yeah,
in a social setting. I feel like the
cause some people they want to follow people. Some people want to follow activities. Like they want to be active. Some people want to talk, and that's their main thing that drives them. Isaac's main thing is I think it's Bentley.
what does that mean? Isaac's main thing is Bentley.
That's kind of sus, isn't it? Like
Hmm.
his main drive in a social setting is following the alpha.
That's kind of crazy to say. I feel like in a social setting, I'll just use a classroom as an example. I have many like people that aren't in Gengi. I have a lot of other friends that I talk to a lot. Like it could be like whatever. It could be one thing in I almost said condom. One thing in common. Like I have a friend named Andrew, and he like I seen like a wallpaper on his like Chromebook, and it was MF Doom, and that's how I talked to him at first. And now I'm just like cool with him. I'm super cool with him in general. We don't have a single theme in common except that we have the same class together, but we'll just talk like normal friends. Or I have another friend named um that's besides the point, but like I'll find one thing to talk about, or like I'll just bond with someone if I say I like their shoes. I feel like one thing I'm good at is like small talk. I'll just find one thing and I'll just like branch off from there. That's how I start all my friendships. Is that how you start all your friendships? That's how I've done every single. Now that I think about it, that's how I've done every single friendship. Bentley's friendship, my friendship with him is because,
Skate
um,
park, skate,
no, it
skating.
wasn't the skate park. It was because he asked about what I was wearing, fashion, and he was like, "Yo, bro, do you skate?" I was
Oh
like, "Yeah."
yeah,
So, and what was it? Isaac? I became friends with Isaac through Bentley, so it wasn't really a personal thing.
bro. I think I'm. It's kind of a. Now I think about it, it's kind of like a traumatic experience. Every friend I have, I think, is because, besides Rylan, Rudy, and Ricky, every friend I have is because of Bentley, or just my lot or yard in general, which is just you to a point you can't count as friends. But
Let me
like
think.
your drive is meeting interesting, or when you're meeting a new friend, your drive
It's
is
just to find
meeting
something in common.
like okay.
Yeah.
But like what about after your friends, after you're in a friend group of at least 4 people, what's your drive? Like you might not know, it might just be subconsciously, but what do you think?
Hold on. Say that again.
What is your, when there's 4 people, when you're hanging out with 4 people or more, what's your drive? What drives your behavior and what you gravitate to, whether it's talking or like it's a lot. Sometimes you just like zone out and listen to the music and the DJ, but sometimes you're like involved.
Ooh,
What's
I
your
feel like
drive?
at the lot. Honestly, I feel like it depends what we're doing at the lot. Cause another thing, sometimes who's ever invited to the lot, certain people like also it depends who's there. Cause I'll still be cool with everybody at the lot, but sometimes the vibe will change, and I'll just like trying to just like be on my phone or whatever, or I'll just like
What do you mean the vibe will change?
let's just say women are there, and people start to act different, and the vibe just changes.
So how did they act before the women were there?
Like, do you think people in Gangi will listen to this?
Yeah, but anything you say, you can just defend
I
yourself in
think I've
your
already
person.
talked about this before. How
Yeah, you did.
um we talked about this on the boat. How certain people like code switch around women, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just mm,
Like, how did they act before
act before
compared
they'll
to after?
before probably the same way, but just a little bit more extreme when the women are around. Try to be
Like
like kind of
attention
impressive.
seeking?
Yeah.
And what don't you like about, or attention seeking, and what else? Like, is there anything else? Like, I'm guessing I see like a little bit of trying to act cooler than they are,
A little bit, yeah.
but
But
like
that's just like kind of like a primal instinct that
yeah,
every man has around women.
charisma.
Yeah.
But what don't you like about that?
It just feels like a little fake. But eh, the thing is, I don't really have a problem with it. I just like, I don't have no problem when I'm just like at the lot and I'm just like zoning out. I don't really have a problem with it. But sometimes it get a little extreme. Like sometimes I
But
remember
what
this one
makes
time.
you why why don't you like how they act to the point where you will change what you're doing?
Um, like when they become obnoxious, or like when they just start like smoking weed or like start drinking when the women are there, then I just like kind of distance myself, you know? Yeah.
Dang, my phone turned off.
Did your phone mess up the podcast? Yo,
Keeps
I
on
f-
dying.
what'd you say?
My phone keeps on dying. But that just takes away the camera. Wow.
Anyways, yeah, the whole thing where like, honestly, I don't. Yeah, but there's this one time Billy mentioned if girls could come to the lot, and was like, oh God, like the same thing's about to happen again. It's gonna be boring, like not really boring, but just like everybody's whole entire attention is gonna be surrounded by one or two girls, and it'll just become annoying. You know what I mean?
Damn. That's so true. I didn't even realize that. Like completely.
How have you not
Like
realized that?
because I'm a part of it. Cuz I put my attention toward them too.
Yeah, you don't even have to necessarily like the girls either. They're just the center of attention because they're usually not there. They're new people. I don't know. I don't know.
That's actually a crazy like observation. Like it's so obvious, but like yeah, it's just like a primal instinct.
Yeah, it's for anybody.
And
I'm so gl-
how come you're not a part of that and we are?
because
And they might not be aware of that, but you are.
because usually the women that come to the lot, I'm just not. I'm friends with them, but I'm not. I don't really care that much to like be charismatic with them. Charismatic with them. Like Olivia Addison, that one girl that came that one time, Richie, Anna, Millie, any other girl that hasn't been to the lot. I just don't really care. I don't know.
Yeah, I should I should start being more like you because I see how it is now. And the only times I should be the way I was acting is when it's a single woman. Like
Yeah.
someone that I have an opportunity to become close with.
Remember that one time you invited me to that double date at that park with that one girl you were talking to, and um and I had to like kind of like venture off with the other girl because you wanted to be alone with the other girl. Like when I was like riding the bikes and I was like talking to her, like I wasn't necessarily being like, I was being charismatic with her as a friend. I don't think it was really could have been considered a double date because I don't think either of us showed interest. It was just like, okay, we're in the situation where we just have to
That might
be.
have been the same way if it was a different girl, but I think it was a girl. The girl was the same thing happened to Bentley. Like the girl, even the girl I was with said that her friend was like very awkward.
I wasn't awkward around the other girl. Mainly, you know how you're not nervous around girls you don't have interest in, so you can
Yeah,
just like talk, however, be like free, just
yeah.
show your personality. That's kind of how I was. I didn't really care because when you invited me, I was like, I'll go because why not? I'm not doing anything else that day. Not necessarily because I wanted to talk to a girl, just because I was like, okay, you want me to go because it's just Noah. I'll just go because it's Noah. But bro, that was the day I fell so hard on that bike, and I tried to play it off, but I was like bleeding under my clothes, and it was horrible.
Bro. That's so that's crazy, bro.
That was a crazy day.
I want to analyze that, okay? Like my just totally my personal experience that day.
Yeah.
Sometime before that. Okay, so obviously that was after freshman year. It was summer of freshman year.
Yeah.
After freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning of freshman year, I acted serious, acted myself. Then eventually I figured out I should be ridiculous and non-serious.
Remember you had that um era you were really into girls
And so during
and
the
during the
summer?
summer, like
Yeah.
that few week, like month or two span, you would talk to like multiple women and like hang out with one girl this week and one girl the next week. And we tried telling you like, bro, you are so obsessed with women, like no, like women were your main concern at the time. I don't know why, but I feel like there's nothing wrong
Because I
with that.
figured out I wa- I figured out I have to talk to a lot of girls before I find one serious relationship. But to continue, I want to say I acted unse- unserious for most of the freshman year, but then fourth quarter, I forgot. I literally forgot for some reason to not be so serious all the time. So then I started acting serious, and all summer I acted myself, which is serious. And then that's when I met the girl, and I was still pretty serious, but like still trying to be charming. And that's so unfortunate because if I remembered to be less serious, I might still have I might have found a girlfriend by now because
Bro, you with a girlfriend would be so crazy.
like I was so serious. I was like way too serious just meeting her. And if I was just trying to like if I was way more goofy, then it would have been a different story.
Yeah. And I feel like um I've never had a problem obtaining a girlfriend because I've had many in the past. I've had a lot of talking stages and many that have failed. Like any I swear I've already said this to you before. Like I sound like a dick whenever I say this, but any girl that I've ever wanted, I've always had. Like any girl that I showed interest in, they've either already liked me before I liked them, or I liked them and then they liked me, and then I was like their girlfriend. I mean, I was their boyfriend. And I feel like one day I'm going to have to face rejection, and I'm kind of terrified of that day I get rejected by a girl, because I've never been rejected
That's
by a girl
crazy.
before. But as
I've
of
been
right now, yeah,
I've been rejected one time. Basically, the only time I've shot my shot.
I think I remember that. Bro, you were feeling down for a while. Like you didn't want to hang for like a week and a half. Like you didn't want to hang, and like you said I'm focusing on myself. You're like working out and you're like super serious. But then you came back. It
Wait, was
wasn't
that
that long.
after I got rejected?
Mm. And then you like deleted Snapchat.
Was that after? Wait, was that after I stopped hanging out with the girl?
That was after you stopped. I don't know what girl you got rejected by.
Was it? Was it the same girl?
I don't even know. It
I,
probably
it was
was.
probably that time.
Yeah.
I deleted Snap. Bro, I deleted Snap and re-downloaded it like 5 times.
Yeah, I know. You did you
I
just get it back? Cause you just like
Yeah,
chatted, like talked to me on there. I was like, what
and
the
I have
hell?
10 girls I haven't opened yet. But the reason I do that is just to take a break, and so I won't get tempted to go back on it. I need a break on it.
Yeah,
It's not like I changed my mind. Like, I guess it is a little bit, but like, you're like, you're basically just naturally good at girls.
me.
Yeah, because you
I
said
don't
you've.
know. Oh,
But
I'm not.
I want. Oh yeah, this is what I remembered. The the time I got rejected was not that time. It was the time when I liked a girl that went to my school,
Hmm.
and I. It took me the whole year. It took me first, second, third, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, I finally asked for her number. Then she said no, and then like that's so bad. Like to wait is so bad.
Yeah.
And then when it set me free when she gave me an answer, and I was happy. But that was the only time I got rejected. You've never got rejected?
Never.
Rejection is good and bad.
No, I'd fucking hate the way I am. I'd like kill myself if I got rejected. Not literally, but like I feel like my ego when it comes to women, because anything I've ever wanted, I've always had. I just if I got rejected, I'd be like super sad. Even if it was like minor, I'd be like sad. That's why the
You don't
girl,
approach people.
yeah, I don't approach girls. They've always had to approach me. I'm not every time I've
So
had.
something about you makes you.
No, one time I approached a girl. Actually, I have been rejected before. Do you want a story on that?
Wait, is it the time that the girl liked, or your friend liked the same girl?
Yes, I
I'm.
have to explain the story
Did
because
I
it's
have to?
it's such a turning point in
Okay.
my. I
How about you
truly
tell it
believe.
for the podcast, not for me?
Yes, this was like a changing point in my life. Even though it was like for a day, it changed my life. So I really liked. This was like two girlfriends before. So before my ex, before her, the girl I was chasing through in middle school, I think it was like seventh or eighth grade, and I liked her a lot. And I had friends that knew, like I knew I liked her, but I didn't approach her for a while. And all my friends knew, and all my friends would pressure me, like, you know, that middle school attitude where they'll like shove you towards her and like, yo, King likes you. Go, yeah, here's King. He likes you a lot. And I hate it, bro. I hated it so much. It would generally piss me off when I stopped talking to my friends for a couple days after they would do that. And she obviously knew. And one of my friends snitched to her, and I was mad at him. But she was like, one day she just came up to me and she was like, she put her hand, like my hand, on her tit, something to do with like a heartbeat or something. And then like out of nowhere, she just started showing interest in me, but she never said that she actually liked me. And I had this friend named George, and I was really good friends with him until I found out that we both liked the same girl. So really changing. And me and George, like when we would both be around Abigail, like we would try to compete for her attention. Oh, that's your phone? Yeah, we like try to compete for her attention, and it was like so funny. And like the day George realized that Abigail liked me more, he started distancing himself from me. He'll like talk about me behind my back. One day he messaged me like, "Bro, you fucking know I liked Abigail before you. Fuck you. I fucking hate you now." And he like, I felt kind of bad. So I remember for like it took me weeks, and every day I would tell my friends I would ask her out. And one day I do it. I like try my best to do it. I never did it. And one day I did it, and I prepared like a week before that. Every day I'll talk to myself to sleep. I had like wrote it down what I'm going to say, exactly how I'm going to say, exactly how I'm going to execute it. And um, one day I just did it. And as I'm like, it was like at the end of the day, and she's like walking home, and everybody's getting out of the school, right? And I'm like, I approached behind her, and like 50 feet behind me is like a crowd of like 20 of my friends, like literally walking behind me, like 50 feet away, just like slowly walking, like laughing. And she could, and like, I feel like the main reason she rejected me was because the pressure she was under. So many people watching her. Like, I didn't even get to do the whole speech. She said, I said, I really have something to tell you. She immediately cut me off. She was like, King, were you gonna tell me that you liked me? I was like, yeah, how did you know? She was like, um, da 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 told me, one of my old friends. And she basically told me that like, King, I would like you, but George likes me too.
You would.
So I'd have
Wait,
to
wait, wait.
reject
Wait,
George.
pause. The girl said, "I would like you." Wait, do you mean
She
I
already liked
would
me. She said I would date you, but
date you? Okay,
she
that
would
was
date.
wild. You said I would like you. Like it's a
Yeah, I meant to
choice.
say date. She said I would date you, but George already likes me, and she was super cool with George, and I was super cool with George, and I was super cool, like But I went home that day. I cried the day I went home, and then I'm like sitting in the. This is the time I didn't have a phone. This was like I didn't have a phone until like literally freshman year. I'm so serious. I didn't get a phone until like mid eighth grade year when I was doing online school. So I didn't have a phone this entire time. So I'm at home. I'm sitting in the Xbox party, and one of my friends, like Abigail, texts one of my friends. She's like, "Tell King I said yes to dating him." I was like the happiest fucking man on earth. I was like, and I'm like jumping in my room on the Xbox party, because that's the only way I could talk to my friends. So I talked to Abigail for a while, but yeah,
Bro, so you got rejected and then you got accepted.
yeah. That like hours later, I know. I think it was, bro. My arm hurts so bad I can really plug it in. Like hours later, I was only rejected for like 8 hours, and I felt like shit, and I cried when I got home. Rejection does not feel good ever. Is the camera on? I didn't even know it was recording.
Dude, it it died twice.
Uh.
So I'm sorry for everyone watching that there was times where it wasn't recording. My phone died. I'm still trying to figure this out, I guess.
Of course, we're still in Friends Toast Beta.
Beta, okay. But I guess I want to tell a story in 5th grade. I guess, bro, I literally traumatized this girl.
I already feel like I know where this is going, but I want you to tell it.
Not in any physical way, and not in any like harmful way, but like the second day of school, maybe first day of school, I said I liked this girl.
Hmm.
Or no, I made a friend the first day, and the friend told the girl.
Is my backpack over there?
No, might be in the car.
No, I seen it. Like leaning against your table. Don't worry about it, but continue your story.
I was a hefty man, so I don't think she had a reason to like me. So basically, she said she doesn't like me. For one, it was the first day. For two, I was obese. And for three, my personality wasn't that great either. And then, so basically, throughout the year, I said I loved her 2 times.
bro. In the 5th grade, I had enough relationship awareness.
To not do that,
Yeah, 5th grade, I was actually kind of mature.
bro. And there's two times. One time where the counselor got involved, like because the whole year I basically liked her and made subtle moves on her, and she would always reject me. And the time the counselor got involved was I was sitting on the chair, and then um
Yeah.
I was staring at her. Can you get? And I was staring at her. Do you have to get through? I would stare at her. I wouldn't look away, and then she said, "Go away." And then I didn't go away. So then when she had the time, she told the counselor, and then the counselor came and said, "Stop." And then another time, I was talking to her about something inappropriate, and then me and Bentley were involved, and then we talked to the counselor, and I just brought him in for no reason. Anyway, that's probably the first time I got rejected. The second time was the one I told you.
Bro.
But I think rejection is very good. I want to get rejected 20 times so that I don't care about rejection, so that I have a lot of confidence talking to women and approaching women.
If you get rejected, you have less confidence.
Okay, think about this. If you, the first time you get a million, it will feel amazing. But the 1,000th time when you have a billion, 1 million is not that much, right? Now think about this. What if you had 300 billion? That's 3,000 millions. that's
300.
that might be 30,000 millions. That might be off. But anyway, 1 million doesn't feel like it's a lot at that point. So put that into rejections. If you get the first rejection, it'll feel really bad. But by the time you feel 20, one won't feel that bad. Maybe in the first like 10 seconds, but after that you'll realize like I've already got rejected. Like it really doesn't matter that much.
Have you ever had a girlfriend before?
If you count that one time, if not, no.
What time?
That one girl I invited to double date thing, the double date thing.
That was your girlfriend?
If you, I guess not. But that's
You
basically
never
the close.
told me.
What?
You never told me. I thought you guys were just talking.
Yeah, I guess we were just talking, but that was basically the closest I've got.
I feel like I'd say I have a girlfriend right now, honestly. If Because the girl I'm really into right now, that's Cambria. Me and her, like, the only, like, we're basically, how do I put this? We're, like,
On the
basically,
border of friends and girlfriends.
no, we're not, we're definitely not friends anymore. We're
Talking
definitely,
stage. On
we're
the
past
border of
talking. We're past, like, we're talking, but, like, if if it wasn't for her father, being a good father and saying she can't date till she's like 16, we'd definitely already be together. And we technically, like, you know, it's not complicated, but the way I'm explaining it, I don't know. Um,
No, I might be the same. I might have been the same way with that girl because like her parents wouldn't let her come over or let me come over.
and that's good. I feel like that's good.
I guess yeah.
Like Cambria will like say she does like not literally hate her father, but be like, "Oh, my father's being annoying. He won't let me see you today." And I do not blame her father because she's like her father always says, "Oh, I know boys' true intentions." and the intentions will be for me to see her at the movies or for me to sleep over at someone's house with her, obviously knowing that our intentions are not always going to be platonic. So obviously like my true intentions aren't to only be like
Platonic.
like sexual with Cambria. Obviously, I'm more worried about getting to know her, but obviously I'm not just gonna like never like kiss her or like make out with her ever, you know?
That's a good point. Like his her dad sees that, knows that that's
How boys are,
yeah.
and that's every boy. Yeah. I don't blame him. I can be upset at it all I want, but I can't blame him. Cause if I was the father, I'd be the same way. That's real.
Yeah. I might. So are you your main focus like grinding focus? Is it California burrito or get a job in general?
I feel like my main focus as of right now, since necessarily all my friends have already had jobs for long amounts of times, they all have licenses, they're like me. I don't have a license or a permit. Maybe it's because I have a super late birthday and all my friends are older than me, even though we're all sophomores. But as of right now, my main focus is really saving up, managing my money. Well, as of right now, I'm getting really into my career as of recently, which is real estate as of right now. But I feel like I want to change it up a little bit sooner in the future. And also, I really want to work on getting my permit, which I think maybe next week I'm going to set an appointment for my to like do the test at the DMV again. And I'm just because the last time I took the test, I didn't study for it at all, and I studied the 2 days before and on the same day, and I didn't pass. I failed
That's
that
actually
test.
crazy. Like right now, you might have had your license if you passed.
Yeah, I would have had it by like
On your birthday
yeah.
or something.
No, I wouldn't have. I'd have my permit right now, and I'd have my school permit, not a license.
So, and on top of all that, you also wanna. Is this true? Do you wanna go into an extracurricular,
What do you mean?
like a sport or something, a club or something?
I really want to, but I honestly don't know what I would do. My mom always tells me I should be an extracurricular. Why do I say words like the extracurricular? But I genuinely do not know what I'd do. I could do basketball, but I tell myself that I'm not that good at basketball because I can't do this, or like I'm not that tall enough, or like whatever. I'll tell myself I can't like do this, but it's all about trying new things, not really caring. But I genuinely would not join the basketball team. That's just me. I join another
You should
sport.
do something that you've never tried.
I
Just
feel
try
like I
it.
do want to do that. Like the bowling team or the male volleyball team. Bowling team, I would not do that because I would not find bowling
And then you said the
enjoyable.
same thing about volleyball. You don't.
Yeah, because I don't find those things fun. Or maybe I would find them fun if I actually did it, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
was
Like, why not try volleyball and then if you don't like it, just quit.
I was supposed to join track. Like,
You can still join.
yeah, I might still join, but then um
With this?
oh yeah, but oh yeah, but yeah. Okay, so what I was saying is that if I were to join a sport, I wouldn't be able to focus on a job as much, I feel like.
True.
But I also, the main reason I'm working a job right now is because I'm saving up for a car, and it's so crazy that I'm saving up for a car before I even have a permit or a license. That's why. That's why this is like, and I'm gonna go a little bit deep, because even though like all my friends all have all this saved up money, they have licenses, they're in sports, they know how to do this and that, they know how to manage like money and all that kind of stuff. I'm only just doing that now, or learning how to do it, or about to do it in a few weeks or a few months, which I'm kind of proud of myself about, because I've only just gotten a job in the last month, but I still feel a little behind because all my friends have, like, I obviously want a license, but I feel like before I just could not care about a license because I was just being a lazy fuck. But now I care about getting my permit and getting a license and having a job now, having responsibilities. I've been starting to eat healthier. I've been starting to work out every day. I've
Just
been
totally
focusing on
self
myself.
development.
Yes, bro. The self discipline I've been having as of recently is so fucking crazy.
Maybe like your girl is one reason.
Maybe. Probably.
Um,
Because I feel the need.
Dude, now that you mention that, me and all of Gangi, whoever knows something that you don't, we should all just like help each other and help you with money and with driving and with anything.
Bro, y'all should definitely help me get my permit and my license. That, like, helps so much. Like,
Like just
yeah.
in general, that aspect like of friends is so
That's what
useful and
builds true
important.
friendships, bro. That
Yeah,
kind of shit.
like really trying to build each other up.
That's true.
So
Bro, I'm just really trying to get on shit, bro. And like you
next,
just said, maybe it's because I have a girl now. Obviously, I want to get a license so I can see her more. I want to work a job so I can spend more time with her. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a small motivator, but obviously my motivator is still my friends. Seeing that I have friends that have all this other kind of stuff, they can do all
next
this and
time,
that.
like anything, anyone is like, because sometimes a topic when all of us are together is like you with your money, and next time any of that comes up, we're just gonna be like, we should help him. We should
Help me
give him
manage my
advice,
money.
or just like give our thoughts on how we do it.
How to manage my money, like my paychecks.
Just try, not necessarily how, but it could be how. It mostly just like staying positive and staying constructive about it instead of like slandering.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that
Notice what?
we slander you
By
about a lot
how?
of stuff, about
Bro,
money, about um just random stuff.
y'all be on my dick sometimes, bro. Like, bro, I'm still beating the RV bunk bed shark allegations, bro. I'm still fighting those, and I did not fucking put those stains on the bed, bro. I swear, bro, I did not put those stains on the bed, bro. And I'm still fighting those allegations.
And one of the most common reasons some people do like slander you is just because like they can't find any weakness in you, which is crazy.
What do you mean? What do they slander me about? Because the only things I can think they slander me about is the feeder.
Feeder or saying, or when you say something about your money, when the situation you're in,
What do you mean by money and situation I'm in?
like you say you're rich, but you save your money, or you spend your money, or I don't know.
What?
This is not really a based claim. It's really just like a claim from
Like how I say, like, I
Like
like
that
you like
evidence.
remember when Rylan said that thing in the group chat? King asking for food even though he just got like a $1,200 paycheck. The thing is, bro, I don't have that much money left to spend. I have like $60 in my checkings.
That's wild.
Yeah, cause I only had like 180 in checkings, and I saved the rest of it. So I
Um,
saved like 80%, 90% of my money.
the reason I asked you, basically, in my life, I thought I was gonna be focused on basketball until tryouts, but I haven't focused. You already said that like it's good to take a break, but I took a four. I haven't played basketball in 4 days, and then I'm thinking about just not playing basketball until tryouts, trying out half-ass, like basically not preparing, but still trying so that it still would be worth something to see because I just lost my motivation for basketball.
Okay, but let me say something to you. Let's say you go to tryouts and you somehow magically get on the team. Then what? Now you're committed to basketball, and now you're gonna feel like you're under everybody else's league because you're gonna look at everybody else that's better than you, and you haven't been practicing. So let's say you do get on the team. Are you gonna still play basketball?
Yes.
Like, and then like take it super seriously?
Yes.
Like, and by seriously, I mean like actually
Because
compete.
everyone's counting on me.
Yeah.
Most likely, I'll be the on the last three place. Like there's 15 people, so I'll be number 15, 14, or 13,
Mm.
and everyone. And I think it's like the last 5 people are on my team, so all those people are counting on me. So I need to be the best if I make the team. So yeah, I'll totally change what I'm doing if I make the team. But the less I practice, the less likely, obviously.
Right. I feel like, bro, I just need to like I already said that like recently I've been having a lot of self discipline and really been on shit, but I need to like seriously be on shit because I'm at an age now where I need to be very responsible. I'm at an age where
You're about
I'm
to turn
nearly
into a
18.
man with your own
Yeah.
responsibilities. You're about to move out in 2 years.
Yeah, especially with the career path I'm going, which is real estate. I need to like really fucking prepare myself, which means I probably need to start taking jobs more seriously. I need to like next week I'm going to set an appointment for the I might just fuck around and do it like tomorrow. Set an appointment for the DMV and study each day. Every single day I don't care if I get tired of the questions cuz if I don't I need to like really discipline myself to like study this permit test cuz I really want a license, which won't be until like forever, like 7 months until now when I turn 16, I think, cuz it's November. Um November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, 7 months until now, until I get a license. I kind of wish my birthday wasn't this late because I'm like just barely a sophomore.
You know what you should do with real estate?
What?
You should try to be like an intern for Mel Foster or something like that.
I feel like I don't want to be I don't want to work for an enterprise. I could do wholesaling to be real, and I don't think you need a license to do that. But I'm gonna get a license anyway. I might want to sell real estate and do wholesaling too. But there's a lot more to Actually, no, there's not. So wholesaling is like,
What do you need to do to prepare yourself for the real estate world?
oh, for real estate to prepare myself, a lot of I have these like fat ass like j- like the shit that real estate people read before they become to get their license. I'm reading that right now, but I'm reading the New Jersey manual, which isn't much different from the Iowa manual, just like a few different rules. Um, but it honestly depends where I get my license. It could be in Iowa, it could be in Illinois, it could be in New York, where I want to sell real estate, which it might be harder in like let's say like New Jersey or like New York, but if I stay in Iowa, I might just sell property here, which are still good like real estate here.
So if you don't go into an enterprise and you do wholesaling, what is that? How is that different?
Like wholesaling, bro. I'm gonna like horribly explain it because I can't like really like wholesaling is like it's like when you like sell, you buy other people's. It's kind of like flipping.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like you wholesale real estate property to other people, and you don't need a license to do it because it's simpler than selling real estate. I can't really describe. If I look it up, I
So
could
are you gonna
explain it
have?
better.
Are you gonna be a one man business?
Yeah, you could be. And this is the thing my mom tells me because other than real estate, I have no idea what I want to do. And I think I already told you this before. Other than real estate, I have absolutely no idea what I want to do in life.
I think that's totally like perfect because real estate you can make a bunch of money so that when you do know what you want to do, you have that money and you have a secure job so that you can work on your passion and make that passion into a business while you're not working.
Yeah, that's what my mom tells me all the time. She's like, "Hey King, since you don't have any idea what you want to do in life right now, I'm going to make sure you study real estate so that you have something in mind that something secure that you want to do, but it's just like having a real estate license is just like having a driver's license. You don't have to necessarily do real estate. You could do real estate on the side, and I could be like to have a main career that I want and still make money from doing real estate, you know? It's like it's just like a backup plan or it could be my main plan.
So the only so once you get your real estate license, the only thing stopping you from being super successful is competition.
Competition in real estate.
Yeah. Is that the only thing stopping you from just making it?
There's like there's like property for everyone in real estate. I don't know what you mean by like
What
competition.
so like as soon as you get your license, you're set.
Yeah, you can like start selling like you can get with the intern. Um you'll probably like start off as like a desk job before they like start making you sell property or like
So wouldn't that be an enterprise?
no, the
A
thing
company?
is you could either become a broker or a salesperson or you can become a broker salesperson, which is what I kind of want to do. So
In a company? Work your way up a company or and then that's not wholesaling or that is.
you can do whole it there's so much to do in real estate. That's why like I still don't completely know what I want to do in real estate. I'm just studying real estate as of right now. But
That
still,
makes sense, yeah.
my main fear is like I I don't even really say I really like real estate. I like real estate because it gives me some kind of security in a career that I want to do, but genuinely finding real estate interesting, not really. That's the thing. I don't honestly have no idea what I want to do in my life as a career, and that's why I'm like so like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do? What if real estate I really don't like it and I hate my job and I do this shit for the rest of my life and I just hate it and I don't actually ever find a career that I want to do, you know?
Yeah. Let me tell you something that I heard from Jordan Green, a really good YouTuber. He said from the the day you move out until you're 30 years old is time for you to do whatever you want, fail, take L's, take W's, and just go from the rock bottom to the top. And once you're 30, then you should start like settling, like not settling, but start trying to be stable. Like, so I think you shouldn't be worrying because you have 2 years until you move out, and then even then you have 10 years to basically do whatever you want to try to new things. And even when you're 35, you could start your own business on what you really want to do on the side of real estate and eventually quit real estate.
True. I feel like, um, cause my mother, she also did real estate for a while, but since we moved from New Jersey, she's kind of stranded off from um real estate, and as of a few weeks ago, she's been like she's self-employed, so she's like trying to get her LLC, and like she's like talking to other people. She's like still, I guess she's like trying to get back into real estate, which is a good thing. So we've kind of been studying real estate together as of right now. But what I was saying before about job security, I kind of see what you mean. How like I shouldn't have to be so worried about knowing exactly what I want to do by the age of 17. But the thing is, like, everybody, and I know it's not like this for everybody, but everybody seems like they know what they want to do when they're like older. But I honestly have no idea
Does
because,
it seem that way?
yeah, it genuinely seems that way. I've had times where I wanted to take the piano seriously, but obviously music has like, if you know, it's
Insecurity.
rare.
It's not secure.
Yeah, it's not secure at all. A lot of people say, "Oh, do whatever your dreams is," but to honestly be realistic, whatever those people say, music does not have a lot of security at all.
I just, yeah. So you like that just turns you off of those like
Yeah, that
insecurity
genuinely
turns
turns.
you off.
And the
To
thing
me, it
is,
just it's the opposite. Like most times, the things that the most insecure are unsecure are the ones that are
the
the
most
most
profit.
passionate.
Yeah,
Like, and that's why because not a lot of people make it in those things. And if you do make it, it means a lot.
like careers in entertainment.
Yeah. That that's what I want to do probably. My problem is probably not focusing on one thing. I'm probably focusing on five.
Which is good. My mom does the same thing. She has like 5 things she wants to do, and it's so crazy. It's so inspirational seeing the way my mom works. Like, even the way how she's had to raise like 2 children by herself her entire life. Even the ways like, even as a child, she ran away when she was 14. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail because it's a lot of shit. But my mom has like, since I was born, she's had to like fucking fight for everything she's wanted. And she's like, just now, she didn't like like my grandma's mom was a slave. Funny enough, like she was a slave, so
Wait, how many years ago was that?
my great grandma was a slave. So my grandma
Like
grew up.
50 years ago?
No, like my great grandma was a slave, so her daughter did
That's like 70 years ago, right?
no, what's the thing where like it was like legal slavery, like you could stay on a property by picking like
Oh,
farming.
like that's your job.
That's what my grandma did, and
It's like
that's why she doesn't know English at all. She
That
doesn't
makes
know how to
sense.
read well. I still love my grandma to death, but we even have like a communication barrier. She can't talk that well. She has Alzheimer's. She has to take a lot of medication. And her grandma was a slave, and she did the sharecropping. That's what it's called,
Oh yeah,
sharecropping.
yeah, yeah.
That's what she had to did, and that's my mom was raised like that. Cause my real grandma, biological grandma, she gave her away to my other. I'm not gonna go into detail because I'm kind of just ranting off, but the way my mother was raised and like how she had to like fight as a single mother, it's just so inspirational. And she works so hard, bro. It's like so crazy. Like she has to fight a lot, even for what we do. That's why I have big, big expectations for myself, and that's why I really need to get on shit like right now, like getting a license, saving up.
I have a I have a
Yeah,
question about like that topic. I don't know if it's gonna be offensive or like triggering, but like,
just say it. I don't know.
where did you get your masculinity?
My masculinity. My mom has always had to play both a father and a mother, especially since like she's learned one of my from my grandpa um like okay, I'm not going to explain it that way, but my mother has always had to play the mom and father, and she's always done a great job at it, but she can't always do it, which is
Did you ever have a male
she's had boyfriends before, but obviously they didn't
that
do a great job. None of them really did a good job. They'll stay for like a year or two, or like even 3 years.
but like where was the source? If it so like what there must have been some. It couldn't be 100% from your mother, right?
Yeah,
So what? Where was the source from?
from my mother.
If it wasn't from your mother,
If it wasn't from my mother, probably friends. I don't know. Honestly, have people that I grew up watching, which I highly doubt. I don't even know. Probably friends. That's probably
that
why.
makes sense.
Especially, I learned a lot in middle school, cause the way I didn't have that much masculinity in 5th grade, but when I came to 5th grade and I started being around more people like me, and I started becoming closer to people like me. What I mean by like people like me, like people that look like me, people that like we have more in common, more similar interests, not just people I'm friends with because I want to fit in, but necessarily people I'm friends with because I genuinely like to be around. I matured a lot in 6th grade around the people I was around. I was in a new school I've never been before. I've had to move a lot. I've always tell people I'm from New Jersey, but I'm not. I was born here in Iowa. I moved 3 schools in Davenport. I moved 3 schools in Davenport. Then I went to New Jersey. I switched schools twice there. I came here and I've been in Bendor for 1 year. So I've had to like change. I've lost a lot of friends and I've made a lot of friends. And I've only been in Benidorm for probably I've since I've had no friends till now. It's been a year, exactly 1 year, cause I met Bentley. Bentley was like really my first genuine friend. No, Link. I say no, cause I was friends with Bentley and Lincoln at the same time, but I'll just say Bentley. Bentley was like my first friend in Benendorf. I consider him my first friend in Benendorf.
Can we talk about were you in Jersey for a year?
I was in Jersey around 4 to 5 years, and then I moved back here.
4 to 5 years. Is it like as city like as New York?
It's like people are always shocked when I say that. I think all this stuff I'm saying on the podcast, I could have sworn I told you this before, but New Jersey is the most populated state by square mile, and what I mean by that is like it's not the
So it's
most
even
populated.
more city like than New York.
I wouldn't say city like, but more. It's very diverse in its like culture there.
What are the uh, it's a very
It's so much more
inter-
different than Iowa.
it's more my interest, but like what are the buildings like?
The buildings,
Like are there skyscrapers?
not not really in New Jersey, but if you drive 30 minutes from where I lived, you'd be in New York. So
Is it but it's not it's is it more like New York than it is here?
Not really.
It's more like here.
Yeah, but not necessarily. Like the part where I lived in, which like Union, Irvington, Orange County, more. I say I was more suburban. That's what I'd say. But it's also very suburban in New Jersey, but less because there's like more culture around there. There's more heritage around there. A lot more Haitians, Asian Americans, Jamaicans, a lot of Hispanics, Latinos there. Very diverse. Like what I was about to say, New Jersey is the most populated state by square mile. And what that means, it's not the most populated in the country, but by since New Jersey is so small, it's a super crammed state. So that's why there's more people in like a square mile than let's say New York, because New York is way larger. It's kind of hard to explain, and I think it's also because if you want a green card to America, the first place you have to come is New Jersey, I think, or like since it's on the coast, so like a lot of people that
New
are
York.
foreigners live there, and they try to go to New York, but sometimes people that work in New York they live in New Jersey, and they'll just like take a ferry to New York every day wherever they work.
And do you think? I heard this idea. Do you think that New York has the best looking girls, or New Jersey, both of them, compared to Iowa at least?
Bro, I feel like definitely New Jersey. It's just different there. I don't know.
What do you like? What do you think about their personalities?
Personalities. I feel like people were more fake
Where
in New Jersey.
more fake,
Yeah.
but their looks were better.
Looks were, I guess you could say. It's more diverse there. More. No, I'm not gonna say that.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna say exotic,
Uh,
but that's weird to say. That's very weird to say. I apologize. I don't mean exotic. I mean like more just different. I don't know. I loved it though. I loved it there in New Jersey. I was honestly devastated when I had to move back here. One of the main reasons I moved back here is because when COVID was really big, it was a huge problem in New Jersey, like a really large problem. So my mother just wanted to be close to the family in Iowa, which is where all my family is. So we moved back here. I fucking
how
hated it.
how much family do you have over here?
Not much because the thing is, on my mother's side of the family, she was split with our other siblings at birth. It's like a weird story, but considering I don't have a father's side of the family because I don't know my father or like anybody on my father's side, and my mom isn't close to her grandma because she passed when she was way younger. So the only people I have are like aunts and like maybe like five cousins or like and a great grandma.
Are the
That's about
cousins
it.
like adults?
A lot of younger cousins that I just a bunch of younger cousins, younger than me.
Damn.
Then I have like two aunts, two uncles. That's about it.
You're not that close, or what?
I'd say I'm not I was the way like none of my family is close to my mother because I feel like all my family despise like they all despise my mother because none of my like immediate family everybody else they're not successful at all, like, and they've always envied
Wow.
my mother. Like, I don't even mean to be rude, but they all live in low income. They
Where do they live, if you don't mind me asking?
Davenport. They all live in Davenport. They're all low income. They're really no good. They have nothing really going good for them. The only real family that I really like is my uncle, which he actually has his life together. He has a wife and children. Actually owns a house, and I have an aunt. She has a bunch of children, but I'm still very close to her. I love my aunt and her and my little cousins, but other than that, my other aunt, and like they have nothing good going for them, and they're just evil. I don't like my side of the family. When I was younger, I couldn't see it, but now I don't really like that side of the family.
Dude,
I feel like
I think that's actually
I don't think any of my family has like really graduated from
I
college.
can that experience and I can observe that and kind of segue into manifestation. Like I manifest, me and you manifested our friendship, and this my other friend Rudy, he
Mhm.
said the same thing. Like some of his family just like has nothing going with them, and that's crazy. The way that I think it's at least 50% of everyone has not a lot going for them. At least not as much as they could.
Yeah.
So the way that I manifested the people in those families that do have things going for them, I think is very divine. Like
Mhm.
it was for a reason. What do you think about manifestation?
Manifestation. My mom has always believed in manifestation. I don't. I wouldn't say I wouldn't believe in it, but I've never done it before. I don't know.
I think people do it subconsciously. Like you
Yeah.
don't really have to do it.
I always thought Rudy was family. I literally is he your family?
No.
I always thought Rudy was your family. Like I like during the first time I met Rudy was at your birthday party, and I thought like he was like a cousin. He was just like hanging with us, but I guess he's just a friend.
Yeah, I known him for a very like before Bentley.
He probably feels like family though, right?
Um, he's I don't remember at all, but he said he came over like when he was like 8 or something. But I don't remember. So he doesn't really feel like family, but like he's starting to feel like family, like
Mm.
close. But yeah, I want to like I'm trying to manifest really good friends like you, Rylan, Rudy, and Ricky. Basically, those those people I just named are people I really share values with, because
Yeah,
everyone else is not really thinking about what we're thinking about.
bro. Like the way I'm honestly so proud of everybody you just mentioned, bro. Like Ricky. Ricky has a lot good going for him. He has multiple streams of income. He focuses like he was just telling me the other day. He said it on the podcast. He said on the podcast how like, oh, if I'm really thinking about going, I'm taking track seriously, this and that. He's been working on his YouTube a lot. He's been grinding on his YouTube. He he has that, what's it called? Um, that one website where he edits for he has
He's gonna
commissions.
set up a Fiverr and he edits for that one dude.
Yeah, he does that. He's really focused on track. He works out a lot. He has a girlfriend. He has a license. Uh, he doesn't have it. His job is his personal source. He just has a lot going for him, right? I'm trying to get like Ricky, bro, and I feel like even though I don't have a lot going on for me right now as I could, this is the best I've ever done personally in my life. Because as of right now, I'm I'm content, but not content enough. Because I strive for more. Like I just said, I really want to get on shit. But right now, this is the most social I've ever been before. Like I've never had I'd had friends like this, but I've never had like hanged with people this much before. I just feel mature now. Like I feel like I actually have control of my life.
Dude, it's like I really believe this is all manifested. Like all of this is coming into play from the divine. Where like I learned this all from Jordan Green, or most of it from Jordan Green. Like it could be God putting all these like playing chess with all of our lives, but like the way that we're making a friendship circle with Gangi and with who I met and who you met, like we can really build each other up.
That's true.
And Andrew Tate, I know there's a lot of like memes around him, but like he brings up like a good point about you like working with your friends is way better than working without your friends. So maybe we should like maybe if we're still all like living in Bendorf for a little bit, we should do a business together or something.
Um, I was Bentley mentioned about taking a brand seriously.
Like
Like
himself or all of us.
he said me and him, but I
Us.
would honestly not mind like everybody being. It's I think he said he mentioned a clothing branding, but I want to look at it more than a clothing branding. To be real, I feel like it could honestly be something. He said, if I took graphic design, we could have done something or some. I don't know, but I don't have graphic design, but we can still. If he can get these brushes fixed for Isaac, so Isaac can start brushing clothing and all that kind of stuff. I really want to get some shit started, bro, because I honestly have some ideas I want to push out. And the thing about manifestation, like that thing that you said, like I now that you mentioned, I genuinely believe the life I have now, I manifested it from a year ago, from when I was at the lowest point of my entire life, when I was like 13, turning 14, like the lowest fucking point of my life, where a lot of shit was going on in my life, which will not go into detail about because it's very personal. But when I had absolutely like for like a year or two, I had absolutely like no friends. I was completely unhappy by the way I looked. I truly like. I feel like my mom hated me, bro. Like I had like fucking nothing going on in my life, bro. I was like a fucking loser until like now compared to back then. I'm so proud of myself, bro. The way I'm doing right now, bro. I feel even though it's not much as like how you guys are doing, everybody else, I still feel accomplished,
When you
but
say
not
you
content.
guys,
Like how I keep using you guys as an example, how like Ricky has a lot more going on for him than I do.
you're like top 3.
Top three, what? As in what?
Like most dedicated
Most dedicated to what?
to self-development.
Self development. I'd say in the last few months, I've been very dedicated to self development.
And that's the basically all you need to be like better than most people.
Right. I'm really like, there's even, I'm going to mention Andrew Tate again because I don't really look up to Andrew Tate at all, but there's this one good thing. I think about this shit every day, bro. I love, I love how Andrew Tate talks about discipline because I seen this one clip of him where he was talking about like the way I think someone he mentioned how like someone asked him, "Yo, how do you get up the morning and like be motivated to do this and that every day?" And he said, "You aren't motivated. There's gonna be days where like you don't feel like doing shit, but you get up because you discipline yourself." And everything I do in my life, I think of discipline, bro. Like
Dude, that is
everything.
so that just fills me up with joy to be honest like so Andrew Tate because of what he said about discipline and maybe other stuff, he really is the top 5 reasons you got on your stuff.
That one shit. Everything else he
Cuz
says,
me too.
bro. Like that one. Like I've really, even though it was such a small clip, like every single
Cuz
day, I think of discipline, bro. Everything I do.
he really just knows how to spark a fire in people. Sparks motivation in people. And I'm just so proud of him for, because if it impacted me and you, imagine how many other people it impacted. Out of because he was like the most famous person in the world saying that stuff. He impacted maybe a billion people.
Okay, a billion people is crazy.
Okay, let's just say
A billion, a seventh of the world's population is fucking
sorry.
crazy.
That's way over exaggeration. Let's say 20 million young men.
Either for the worse or better. I'll say.
Okay, yeah, 10 million young men.
Yeah.
Okay, we can say a million to 10 million. These people are being transformed from losers to self-development, grind, discipline, giga chad, sigma males.
The fucking like niche words you just mentioned, like you're gonna like spawn them. You're like spawn like a demon, like a Andrew Tate demon when you say all those words.
My fault. But like he just gave me so much joy because he just proved to me. You just proved to me that he is impacting so many people in
You
a
know,
positive way.
bro, I seen someone mention this thing about Andrew Tate, how like Andrew Tate sometimes says the realest shit, and then he'll just say the most outlandish shit, like fucking ever. But sometimes he'll say that like even the self discipline thing, like common sense things. But I just felt like the way he talked about it is just like no one ever like people talk about self discipline, but the way he talked about it is there's like it's like the way he said it. Like there's gonna be days where you don't feel like doing shit, and he even used himself as an example. Every day there's shit he doesn't want to
Okay,
do,
bro.
but
Him, yeah, he definitely made a big impact on me. But before him, maybe the reason I had a head start from you is because of Jordan Green and a lot of other self development YouTubers. You okay? This might change your life right now. After this podcast, or when you go home or something, look at Jordan Green's videos and just see how you like his vibe. And if you like him, start watching him.
I searched him up.
Jordan
Like
Green YouTube on YouTube.
okay,
He taught me discipline before Andrew Tate, so that says something. Um, he also taught me about self-love and about manifestation, so many things. But yeah, Andrew Tate taught me a lot too. But Jordan Green,
I think I've seen you watching a video of his.
yeah, bro, he is my favorite YouTuber.
No fab cons after 150 days.
Yeah, his NoFap videos are popular, but his self-love ones are more important than discipline. Believe it or not. His self-love is everything I say about one person. I know that like I shouldn't be basing my whole life off of one person.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everything I he says, I can't see anything wrong with it. I can't see anything wrong about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I just like follow it. Seems like a good idea. I don't know what I was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. I just to round off that whole circle thing we had. The how bro, how proud I am of myself, bro. Even did he toot?
Yeah.
That shit was like sonic, bro. It was like I heard that shit like through the headphone. Anyways, um, the way even I feel like what I need to really work on is loving myself. I think you mentioned that once how important it is to love yourself, and there's many things I do not love about myself, which I work. How do I put this? I feel like by being on more shit, I could love myself more, but there's other things I need to work on, like certain insecurities I have, or like um
Dude,
thinking I can't do this, or like I'm too bad at this, or whatever.
if you really
Self confidence.
go in a rabbit hole on YouTube, you can really find good advice on loving yourself, especially from Jordan Green, but definitely look at other people's content. But Jordan Green really taught me and teaches like the way he thinks about loving yourself. And to put it into long story short, main idea of that, loving your everything negative about you just because unconditionally, and going um facing and dealing with your childhood traumas is really how you love yourself. Like figuring out exactly why you think the way you think from based on your childhood.
Based on my childhood, can you give an example?
Um, no, I don't. To be honest, I really don't want to talk about that right now because um, just like it's just a really
Long topic.
dense. What?
It's a long topic.
Yeah, it's a really dense stuff. Like I want you to look at Jordan Green so you don't get misled by me and other YouTubers.
Right. Right.
But that's crazy that I learned a lot from you today. Like to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know. I You weren't on my list of people I really want to be around because I didn't know about your self development grind. But now that you say all this, and now that you worked out and you said you wanted to work out, and you're on the grind with your job, it's really changed my perception.
Bro, that's
But
like,
like
yeah, continue.
Isaac, Bentley, and Payne, he said he's going to military, which I really respect.
He
But
is?
everyone,
Wait,
but
for real?
everyone else in Gengi, like I really don't see it. And if I do, then I do, but I just don't see it.
Honestly, I feel like Isaac. I feel like Isaac, he just doesn't talk about it. I feel like Isaac could have a lot of shit going for him. Like, he just doesn't talk about it.
Okay, but
I don't know. Mm.
like if if he does, then it's not soon. That's what I know.
Mm.
If he does, then it's in like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And for Bentley, I think he might work a 9 to 5 for the rest of the life. I don't know. He might learn and might get lucky, but that's what I think.
I don't think Bentley has, because Isaac was telling me how he wants to become an architect, but I have no idea what Bentley wants to do. I don't think he's ever told anybody.
I think he's changing what he wants to do too many times. Like, and
I
he
think one
just
time.
he has a bad pattern of doing stuff, but he might change and he might make it and he might work really hard and develop. But
What did Rylan say he wanted to do? He said something like strange that I would have never thought of. He said something. I completely forgot what it was.
engineer.
No, he mentioned engineer, but he also mentioned something else. He mentioned like something else. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, he said engineer or something else. He wants a high-paying job.
Yeah. I feel like Rylan would work like a super high paying job, like go to college for like 8 years and like find a
The
trade.
reason, like, Rylan, you can't really see on surface level, and you can't. He really doesn't really directly show
Mm-hmm.
any um obvious value, but like his awareness is he's like gifted with his awareness.
What do you mean by awareness?
Um, Basically just like analyzing things. He really is good at he's really aware of everything. But maybe the thing he's least aware about is himself, but everything else, his awareness will get him very, very far, and I could see that. And you are also very aware because of the way you see, like, the girls thing that really impressed me. Not to be a way that is douchey, but like, not to put myself higher, but like, you impressed me with
Mm.
today, I guess. Us three, are the most aware people in Gangi, I think. Do you agree?
I kind of agree. Yeah. I feel like Brady could be more aware if he was just like fucking not,
If he cared.
if he cared. Because Brady, I feel like Brady, because the way me and his personality matches. If Brady would like stop being like, if he didn't do drugs at all, he would be like on shit, and we could like
He really
just
doesn't
talk
want
to
to
him.
face his.
He has a lot of potential. I don't know what else to say.
Traumas. But that's like everyone. I
Hmm.
don't think anyone really wants to face their traumas.
I feel like Isaac is kind of going down the same way with like being on nicotine. Nicotine ruins
I
lives,
think
bro.
I'm I think I'm getting too close to the line of talking where I don't want to talk bad about people and where I just want to give my thoughts on people.
No, I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about because I've already talked to them about this. I've already talked to Isaac about him being addicted on nicotine because I think he said we're like, oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna do it. I
But
won't
it's
become
facts,
addicted.
yeah.
I won't
But
become
like,
addicted. Da, da, da. I feel like there's like, and the thing is, they always say they're gonna quit, but they never quit,
yeah, that's like facts. Like, I don't count that as talking bad about someone. But like, me and you see it differently when it comes to like
bro. And like,
calling someone, saying you don't like someone.
mm. Of course, I like everybody that I'm talking about right now. I obviously like them, but they have their issues, bro. Like, do you ever see the way they react when they don't have Nick and when they have it? Like, like every
Wow,
hour
I actually just realized like that's one of the common denominators of
of
the people I
why,
see who's self-developing and who's not is
bro,
the drugs.
bro. Listen to me, bro. Every every time we've ever hanged out with Bentley, Isaac, Brady, Peyton, anybody, any of those people that like do Nick, all their like main concern of their enjoyment is if there's Nick where they are. In the morning, they ask for the Nick. Isaac goes in Emerson's car to see if he has Nick, or he'll ask Brady, "Yo, can you go to the da 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 store if there's Nick? Yo, Brady got Nick on you." Like he'll literally be devastated if there's no Nick, or like if Brady says that he has it, he'll do like a fucking celebration dance. Like he'll like fucking like jump with joy. Like that's the only time he's happy.
I think it's like this. He feels the same way that we feel after a month of self-development. Of just that, like one day. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but like that's how I think they feel because their like brain is relying on it.
Yes, they are, and they always say they can quit at any time, but that's anybody on the drugs, bro. That's literally anybody.
If
They
you
say they
say
can
you
quit
can
at any
quit at any
time.
time and you don't,
They said they were gonna quit like 3 times.
then you're addicted.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they know they're addicted. Just don't say you're gonna quit when you're not. That's why I said I'd be way prouder of them They just don't mention that they're going to quit and they actually quit, but they're around nicotine so much, which is why I don't think they're ever going to quit unless all four of them and they stop hanging around the people that do Nick. They're never going to quit because they're always going to be around it. I don't know.
Something about that got me thinking about
That's why I feel,
um
bro.
some advice I want to give you.
Hmm.
If you really want to self develop, like go on a different level of self development, you can start thinking of not hanging out with people, like saying no to hanging out with people.
Yes, that's what I've been doing, bro. I'm so dead ass. That's why I've been hanging out with you, Rylan, and other people that don't do Nick, because sometimes it can be tiring. Like even I'm gonna say this very quiet, but even can you hear me in your headphones? Like even when like there's like liquor or drugs or like when they're smoking weed or like rolling weed, I don't like to be around it. Like even that one time during Halloween, I don't think you were there, but it's like when Ari and Kaya like they were drinking liquor on Halloween and they smelled like shit, bro. Like and it was just like something bad to be around. Like the way they were acting, like when they were on liquor, like when they were intoxicated and they were like throwing up. Like that's some shit you never want to see teenagers on, bro. It's like so when they're on those kind of things, I really look at myself like, what the hell am I doing here right now? Like, and this is what I've always said. Like, I don't like, cause I feel like I'm doing it right now. Like when I say, oh, I won't judge you if you're on this and that. I just won't do it. But now I'm really thinking like, bro, the way these substances change people, bro, it disgusts me. Cause the way, I don't know, the way, cause I like how you don't do it and how you're more socially aware and how Rylan, I mean, he does do it, but he doesn't do it, you know. And
He like can't get addicted.
yeah,
Um, I have a question, kind of related, but not kind of related. What would happen if you didn't hang out with friends? How would your mental health
bad,
feel?
cause I feel like the kind of person I was when I didn't have friends, and I kind of just relied on. Especially, I feel like I had no one to talk to, especially since
About
it was a
anything or
time
like
nobody to talk to. This is like the time when I had absolutely no. I was in a new city where I didn't want to talk to my mom for reasons I don't want to mention. I wasn't with my sister at the time. I knew no family. I had no friends. I was in a new city. I knew absolutely nobody. And it was like one of the lowest points of my life, bro. I feel like now, the way my social life is right now, I love it. That's why you can kind of consider it as self improvement. I love the way my social life is right
wow,
now.
you're really right about that. You can consider it that just because if you surround yourself with those type of people, you're gonna act more like them, and you're gonna take value from them.
Yes. Even I've already talked. See, bro, I'm just repeating myself from that one time we were sitting on that boat. Like I've thought so many times. I don't care if they hear this at all. They can listen to it, but I've thought of cutting everybody in I'm not gonna say you because I've always been cool with you, but certain people in Gangi off so many times. Sometimes I still consider it
Me
like
too. I'm
cutting
not
them.
gonna lie. Me too. Um,
Yes, yes. I
sometimes
fuck.
because the stuff you mentioned, but sometimes just because the disrespect.
Yeah. And give an example of disrespect, because I think we're talking about two different things.
Um, the way that I am the host and we're at the lot, like there's so many ways that people can just disrespect the lot.
Like take advantage of you.
Yeah, and like do something that they know I don't want them to.
Yes, I know exactly what. Yeah, keeps going.
like making a mess when they know I tell them a lot. like like being a dad and being a dad to them, and they just like be naughty.
Naughty? Now, why did you say naughty? Like, out of all words. It's like a. Bro, okay. I say even sometimes I feel guilty of that because when I'm at the lot, I'll kind of make a mess.
To be honest, to put myself kind of in your guys' shoes, it's really easy to leave garbage because you're focused, you're in the moment
No, no.
and
No,
stuff.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't use that as an excuse because
Because
there's
I've
still.
done it at Isaac's house.
Yeah, but at certain times, like sometimes the way I'll see the RV is left or the light is left, I'll tell them like, bro, we need to clean this up, or like when they'll leave a mess in someone's car, like, bro, have some manners. Like I've volunteered to clean up after them
Yeah,
sometimes.
bro. Like the way that they don't care, and even after you tell them they don't care, you can't change them after that. If you already tell them and they don't listen, that's when you just cut them. That's when I think about just cutting them off. But at the same time, I'm not really losing. When I do it right, I'm not losing anything from hanging out with them. I can only gain if I do it right.
So like, let's say you were to stop being friends with everybody in there, you feel like you wouldn't lose anything.
Everyone besides who is on the grind and like-minded, then
Mm.
I would probably not too much. Maybe like not too much. Like I would probably lose a little tiny bit of any value. Like all of 8th grade, I didn't hang out with anyone, bro.
Mm.
And I like just had my family, which was different from you, I guess. And that's kind of all I needed.
Right.
So that's like just kind of a difference in our lives, but I didn't really need friends. But now I realize that without friends, you will be antisocial and not know how to be social.
Mm.
And that's what happened in kind of in freshman year. I didn't know how to be social, kind of.
Yeah, I was. We were both the same way, bro. Like the way you like speak to me, it was like so crazy. Cause you'll say like 5 words to me, and they'll mean like have nothing to do with the convo. You'll be like,
But be
King,
really
have
like
you heard of
loaded.
the beauty of the alien spaceship? You'll like look at me like this. I'm like,
They would be like super
what the
loaded
fuck?
statements or questions.
Yeah, and it'll have nothing to do with the situation. And I didn't look at you as weird, and you weren't annoying me. I just be like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? Like I've never looked at you as weird though. I would I looked at you as like unique or some shit, like uniquely weird. And weird is
No, I
good
don't
because
care if
weird is
people think I'm
different.
weird. Like I'll accept it. I don't see it as a negative thing.
Yeah, bro. The way I am, bro. Like obviously I'm different than people. Like sometimes I feel a dick saying that.
I think
I'm
everyone's
so
different, so
different. Yeah. No, there's a lot. There's a lot of clones in that school.
everyone's different, but the amount of different is different.
Yeah,
different,
that's a good
different,
way to
different.
say it. I consider myself different than a lot of people. Interest wise, personality wise, looks wise, being wise, knowledge wise. I don't know. It depends. Mm.
Um, but so I realize you have to have friends to be social.
Mm.
So then I started accepting Gengi. I guess anytime Bentley invited me or Bentley asked to come over, then I would say yes. But a lot of times, or half the time, I would probably say no because I just didn't
Feel like
need
it.
it or want it.
Yeah.
But when school started, I realized I did need it, so I started saying yes, and that's probably one of the reasons I joined Gangi. And honestly, that whole time, the reason I said I didn't want it because I didn't believe there was anyone on the self development grind like me. But then when I met Ricky, Ricky was probably the first person I met because I met him 8th grade summer
Yeah.
when I started to go to the gym, and that was just awesome. And then second person was probably Rudy. Third and fourth tied is probably Rylan and you. And just now I realized that there is people that are like me. So I feel amazing, just like you. Like I love my social life right now, and everyone in Gangi. Um, yeah, I wouldn't feel a lot different now that I have both a way to practice my social skills and a way to surround myself with like-minded people.
It's good. I feel like um it's so good to like I'm so glad that I'm friends with everybody in Gengi, but I also have many friends that's like not in Gengi that I sometimes I'll hang out with them one day or like, you know, I just feel like it's good to balance this because sometimes when you hang out with like one group of people a lot, it can really tire you out or like you can get fucking fed up with them. Like how no, I'm gonna scratch that. Back to how the time like that like bro, how do I put it? Like that one span of time during the end of the year where I seriously felt like cutting off like Bentley, Payton,
All right,
Isaac, and all
pause.
them.
I need to use the restroom.
You know what? Can you pause it? Yeah, pause it.
Imagine none of that recorded.
I mean, it was still a good talk.
True. Like, I learned a lot about you. You might have learned a lot about me. Well, what are your thoughts on today?
Are we closing it now?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this podcast?
Um, great. I like it. You see how long it is over there? How long it's been recording?
2 hours and 42 minutes.
Are you dead ass? I thought it was like
3
I thought it was
hours.
like almost 2 hours, bro. But it's almost three.
Almost 3 hours. That went by like that felt like 20 minutes.
No, it did not, bro. That felt like an hour. It felt like 20 minutes is crazy. It felt like an hour.
Yeah. It felt like a quick hour.
Yeah.
Bro, that's insane. Anyway, dude, this was my tied. This is tied to my best podcast. Um, you were iffy about podcasts today. You were like, every time I do one, it goes wrong, and I might be cursed. Lol. What do you think? Are you? Do you still feel that way, or like,
Still feel what way?
did this change you? Like, you were iffy before talking about it.
Iffy about what?
You were like, every time I'm on the podcast, it goes wrong.
Yeah, that's because it did go wrong, but this time it's good. It feels better.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. Nothing
That's
really
it. Do
more
you
to
have an
say.
outro for the podcast?
No.
You just end it?
You want to talk about like what the outro should be?
Yeah.
Um. So that's like first that we could just say we every time we could have the outro just be like telling
More
each other-
harmony? Or
What?
no? More harmony or no?
Yeah, sure, but we before that, like telling each other how we felt about this podcast,
Yeah.
and then yeah,
Bro, this podcast was like great. I never have these talks, and I feel like even though I don't genuinely talk to friends, a podcast is a great outlet. It's honestly a real great outlet to genuinely talk to people. It's kind of like an excuse, but not at the same time.
dude, that's insane that you're saying that. Cause I loved deep talks since I was in 5th grade, bro. They've been my favorite things ever, and I'm always ready for them. But like, a lot of people aren't always ready for them, or they don't want to. And yeah, podcast is just awesome.
I love deep talks.
Yeah. Okay. It shouldn't be friends toast. We should say something else like goodbye to
Friends toast. Hold on. Companion waffles.
pals.
Waffle pals. What if I make a spinoff and it's Waffle Pals?
Pal cakes. Pal cakes.
Pal cakes. Eh.
Um, we just did that at the same time. Waffles.
All right, we gotta think of something.
French toast. Eggs. Egg. Aiken. Egg and baconator. We'll see you later.
I don't think a baconator's on a breakfast menu.
True. Egg and bacon. Eggs and bacon. I hope you've took what you taken. What you've
Bro. All right. Um, bacon and eggs, and
We've hoped you've enjoyed our 2 cents and our 2 eggs and our 2 strips of bacon. I love that. I love that.
no,
Can we
I'm not.
please do that?
I'll do it, but I'm not loving it.
Okay.
How did you start it?
We
We
hope you loved our
two
2 cents
and
and our two
two
eggs
eggs and
and
our
our
two
two
strips
strips
of